All right. Hello, everyone. Queens from every corner of the earth, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining today. I am Krystal Paige Hyman. I help entrepreneurs cultivate their intuition, creativity, clarity, so that they can have the confidence to build the life and career of their dreams. And this year's Blaze Summit theme, woo, no longer my burden, not my problem. We are unburdening ourselves. Okay, I'm just so thrilled about this summit and what it means for us and what we'll be doing together. This year's Blaze Summit theme is no longer my burden. Hashtag not my problem. See, the thing that gets tricky when burdens are something that we actually asked for, something that we prayed for, when the responsibility, the thing that is weighing you down, that has you under pressure, is the very thing that you prayed for. You asked to be the boss. You asked for your own business. You begged for the opportunity to leave corporate America, to be the captain of your own ship. You asked for more clients. You asked for more money. You asked for, I'm going to touch the subject. Yes, you asked for a nice husband and you asked for beautiful children. But with those things, we come acquainted with the pressure of maintaining them. Right? Sis, am I talking to you? Do you know what I'm talking about? We almost always end up at the intersection of Burnt Out Boulevard and Overwhelmed Lane. If that's you, go ahead and say, that's me. Put it in the chat. Yep, that's me. We're all guilty of this. And in today's workshop, we're going to focus on making space to sustain the blessing so that when you get it, it doesn't become a burden. We make space by doing what is called self-cultivation. And with self-cultivation is how we build capacity. See, I work as a corporate trainer and a talent development consultant in the tech industry. And one of the things that they do in tech when they're promoting new leaders is they do a capacity assessment. They see if this individual has the proven experience to manage large, complex teams and organizations. And one of the things that I took from that, like, wow, capacity. We currently manage our lives as entrepreneurs, career women, mothers, life partners, wives, caregivers. Come on. We do so much and we look good while we're doing it a lot of the time. That takes capacity to manage your life and all your blessings. Now, do you want to learn how to build some capacity? Drop a I'm ready in the chat if you're ready to just dive in, because I'm going to give you my all. I'm going to give you my best in today's workshop. That's my goal. So let's just go right ahead and I'm going to share with you all of the slides. And today I just want to give you everything that you need for you to go forward and be successful. So today, again, the name of our talk is When Blessings Become Burdens. And the subtitle here would be How to Build Capacity When Our Bandwidth Seems Broken. All right. So let's just go right ahead. Now, my name is Krystal Paige. I have my own consulting company. I want to show you a little bit of who I am because I think it's important whenever we're in an adult learning environment. It's very important for us to know who we are learning from and why we should even listen. So I am a Jamaican American, Howard University graduate, business owner of my own consulting and coaching firm. Outside of talent development consulting, I have another job I call my real job. Okay, this is where you'll find out about my manager and assistant manager, my manager being my 3-year-old daughter and the assistant manager being my husband. I am very aware of how much capacity it takes to build a life, not only for family, but also for career, for your work, for your business, for your multiple streams of income. Amen. It takes a lot. Well, I started my coaching career with this lady right here. This is Hay House author Jennifer Grace, who's responsible for helping me get my foot in the door with coaching and consulting. And I've had a wonderful career. I absolutely adore Tony Robbins. Hello, do you see him right there? Come on, Tony. I am into personal development, leadership, and self-help books. My favorite motivational speaker, one of them is right here, is Tony Robbins. The other is Les Brown. And I aspire to be a prominent voice one day in this field of personal development. And just so that you know a little bit about me, any Beyonce fans, you give me a couple fire emojis if you are a part of the Beehive and have respect and love for the queen bee. That's definitely important to preface here as I give you a little bit about who I am. So the thing that I do, the problem that I help solve is entrepreneur mental health. We are, as a group, as entrepreneurs, we are more likely to suffer from some sort of mental illness. We are 50% more likely to have at least one mental illness. We are 2 times more likely to have suicidal thoughts. We are 2 times more likely to be hospitalized for psychiatric ailments. We are twice more likely to have lifelong depression, to live with depression on a consistent lifespan basis. We are more likely than the average person, 6 times more likely to have ADHD, 3 times more likely because of these other issues. We're 3 times more likely to resort to self-medicating or becoming addicted to substances. And we're 11 times more likely to experience bipolar depression, extreme happiness, and extreme anxiety. There is so much research back there, behind this that backs this up. And it, for me, is so unspoken. We're not talking about this stuff, that the journey that you've chosen to be on is one that it predisposes you to an onslaught of anxiety, depression, and all that come with that. So your job as an entrepreneur is to maintain your mental fortitude. It's when we fail to make time for cultivating our creativity, for building our capacity for the life that you chose and all its complexities, that is when we start to have burnout, overwhelm, experiencing anxiety, having sleep problems, experiencing mood issues, irritability. That comes with a breakdown of partnerships, breakdowns in relationships with customers, not being able to respond to your day-to-day tasks and the goals that you have to achieve. There's so much there, and there's so much to manage. But you, as a mighty entrepreneur, and a Black female entrepreneur at that, I am here to give you the support that you need to build on your capacity. Every entrepreneur has to learn how to coach yourself. You have to hashtag coaching myself. Put it in the chat. I'm coaching myself. I'm learning how to coach myself today. I'm building capacity today. Go ahead and put that in the chat, because essentially it's our job, because of this path. Because we know that we're more susceptible to these things, we're going to have to get the tools to coach ourselves and build out our capacity for these really complex lives that we're leading. So today we're going to dive right in. I'm going to give y'all all I got, like everything. You're about to get everything, the soup, the potatoes, the meat, everything. I'm going to give you my all. Whenever I show up, I show out. And so I want you to get 10 tools today. I'm going to be going quickly, so please have your notepad out, but you should be, let me know if you got your participant guide. You can let our administrators know whether or not you have your participant guide so that we can get that to you, because your participant guide you'll just be able to follow right throughout all the tools that I'm giving you today. All right, so let's dive right in. We're going to start by building a mind monitoring practice. Okay? Then we're going to go into our goal digging and goal setting. And we're going to talk about mindful co-creation. All right, right in there. Let's do it. Here we go with the first, most essential of all the tools I'll be talking about today. It is your writing practice, a daily journal practice. A lot of the reasons why we lose our bandwidth or our ability to process and meet the needs of our businesses and our busy lives, it's because we have so much on our minds, so much to think about, to address. You're managing so much, but when we get our thoughts out on a page, it frees up space for us to observe the thought as words on a page rather than a rumination that's in your mind driving you crazy. Really and truly, if you get it out, then you can do something with it. And just to give you a high level, broad stroke of the benefits of a writing practice, I'm talking about this helps you with everything that has your attention right now. You can literally write out every single thing that needs your attention and then refer to that paper rather than having that in your mind. That's easy peasy, Krystal Paige. Give me something more. I know that it might be simple. However, a practice of doing this every day is where I'm trying to get everybody at. If you can do this every day, you will see a transformation in your life. Writing down helps your mind get clear. It helps you clarify your goals and priorities and your intentions. And we'll talk about that further in the workshop. Writing things down helps you stay motivated and helps you recognize how far you've come. You're able to see your progress. When you go back and look at your journals, you'll be able to see and recollect how far you've come. I have a journal, for example, from 6 years ago, talking about today. I used to write about how I want to be a speaker, how I want to speak and give workshops and do corporate training and all that. I'm walking into that reality because I wrote it down. I wrote it down and I didn't give up. So there's power in our writing things down. We're moving right along. I hope y'all catching it. And follow along in your participant workbook. Your workbook will have prompts in there and just everything you need to get started in a practice. And this is going to be your first assignment, okay? First assignment. Everybody's paying attention, right? Okay. First assignment. I see y'all going off in the chat. Yes, we have assignments already. So your first assignment is going to be every single morning for 5 timed minutes. The first thing that you do when you wake up is going to be writing, excuse me. You're going to write. I'm talking about as soon as your alarm alerts, you are going to take your pen and your paper. You're going to have a notebook up under your pillow and just start to write. What will happen is that there is something called the twilight subconscious period where we have a direct access to our subconscious mind right when we wake up. This is scientifically proven, by the way. Hit me up. I will get you the studies. But we have a direct access to our subconscious mind, our higher thinking self, our universal self, if you will, right when we wake up. And it is in that twilight moment that several inventors have had breakthroughs. Thomas Edison with the light bulb, for example. It is accessing that twilight subconscious period that we're able to see the genius and the brilliance arise within ourselves. So start to ask yourself, if you need help, you can start to just don't think about what it is that you're writing, just dump it all out. If you are someone who is frightened by a blank sheet of paper, don't know what to say, don't know what to do, don't know what to write, just anything that comes to mind, just let it flow. Don't judge it, just let it come out. Whatever it is. Oh, I don't know what kind of coffee I'm gonna have this morning. Oh, my breakfast. Oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It might start out as a to-do list, but it will eventually emerge into those brilliant gems start to come out. So I also want you, if you have a challenge, you can use prompts. You can write down a question the night before, okay? So write down a question from the night before. If it's something you need to answer, go ahead and answer it the first thing when you wake up. Now, the most important thing about this is consistency. We are just aiming to do this journal practice for 5 minutes first thing when we wake up, okay? And you can journal at a time that works for you, but do it at the same time every day. Consistency, consistency, consistency. All right. Oh, yes, don't stop until your timer goes off. And what you want to do again is just make sure that you are dumping everything out of your mind. Don't judge what you're saying. Use prompts if you need to just go ahead and get those thoughts out there. You can use prompts to help you out. Ask yourself a question the night before. Journal at a time that works for you. If early in the morning doesn't work for you, if you have a kid's foot in your nose in the morning, then go ahead and journal it in the evening or in your car or whatever works for you. The whole entire point is to be consistent and set your timer and don't stop until the timer goes off. Okay. Next up, we have mind monitoring, and that's our self-care clarity ritual. Number 2, you can meditate for only 90 seconds. Okay. I want you to only focus on getting 90 seconds of a meditation practice. Many people will tell you to start with 5 minutes, try to do 5 minutes. I have learned in my experience as a coach, 5 minutes is an eternity for some of us really cerebral, busy minds that we have, okay? 90 seconds is all you need, and consistency is your friend. 90 seconds at the side of your bed, just sitting up straight. You don't have to do crisscross applesauce. If that's not you, don't go for it. Sit up straight on the side of your bed. Make sure that your back is up straight and aligned. You don't necessarily have to be cross-legged, but if you feel like you need a meditation station, a pillow on the floor, go for it, sis. But all you need is 90 seconds. You want to create 90 seconds. And within that 90 seconds, that is going to be where you focus on your breath. And you're going to simply inhale one word and exhale another. It's very simple. 90 seconds. Inhale one word. Here, exhale now. I like to go here and now, depending on how I'm feeling, but inhale here, exhale now, or do what works for you. I have some clients that go inhale, come, exhale together, come together, come together. 90 seconds, that's all you need. You can try this also, a rise and fall. Inhale, rise, exhale, fall. Just visualizing a word or thinking about a word that accompanies your inhale and exhale. All you need is 90 seconds. Be consistent, set a timer, and try meditating for 90 seconds per day. You can do that. You can do anything for 90 seconds. Now, with that being said, I just want to stop here and take a breath because I want you to try something out with me. All right, you ready? Everybody ready? Ready? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Ready? Put it in the chat. Ready? Let me see. Make sure everybody's ready. We're ready to pick up what I'm about to lay down for you right now. Okay. So at the sound of my voice, I want you to lean away from your computer or your phone. And I want you to look about the room that you're in right now. I want you to look about the room, and for every object that you see, just notice it. Don't label it. Just notice. I want you, if you're outside, take in your environment. Look at all the colors, the shapes, the varieties of items and objects you see. When you see an object, just notice it and move on to the next item. Try to observe without labeling. And notice where the light is coming from. Notice the shadows. Now I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to engage your sense of hearing. Be still and notice what you hear. Maybe it's a humming. Try to hear with your left ear and then your right. Just notice all the sounds that are audible to you. Notice the silence in between the sounds. Now I want you to engage your sense of smell. Deeply breathe, inhaling through your nose, and notice what smells are present with you. What do you smell? Don't label it, just experience it. Now I want you, since your sense of feeling is engaged, let's go with that and feel the air passing through your nostrils and into your lungs. You may be feeling the rising and falling of your chest or belly as you inhale and exhale. What do you feel? Wiggle your toes. Feel how your feet feel in your socks or shoes or barefoot on the floor. Feel how it feels to be supported in your chair. Feel how your clothes feel on your skin and against your body. And finally, run your tongue along the roof of your mouth and the back of your teeth. What do you taste? Can you taste anything? Take a deep breath here. And I want to thank you for engaging your five senses with me. Please open your eyes just in case you got lost in the moment. What we just did is called mindful awareness. And that's our mind monitoring practice number 3. And that tool that I just walked through with you is called a 5 senses check-in or a sensory oasis. And studies show that when we engage our 5 senses, the part of our brain that goes into fight or flight mode, the amygdala, shuts off momentarily in order to process the information that's being taken in by your senses. So your sense of sight, your sense of smell, your ears, all of those, when we really keenly become aware of our sensory experience, it shuts down the amygdala momentarily from processing the fight or flight response. This is a remedy for anxiety if you are someone who deals with anxious or precipitating intrusive thoughts or is constantly overwhelmed with overthinking. In order to build capacity, we have to cultivate mindful awareness. And it is such a silver bullet for anxiety, and is useful if you can put those worries into actionable tactics. I mean, we're going to talk about anxiety being something that is a signal that we need to take action, but for those thoughts that are just overwhelming us, this is a tool that we can use anytime, any place, just to take a step back and turn off that fight, flight, or freeze response. All right. So following along in your participant guide in your workbook for this workshop, I want to introduce what is called the Wheel of Life tool. What we're going to do is rate our lives in all of these departments, okay? Because a lot of the issue tends to be when we're overwhelmed, is we can't even put our finger on the issue, the problem. We're not exactly sure what it is, or we think it's one thing, but it's something that's actually tied to another situation that's bringing us additional stress in our lives. And what I found with the Wheel of Life tool is that if we can just get super specific about the different aspects of our life and how it's going, we can start to use that clarity to free us up to focus on the challenges that we're facing in our lives. So we do a little bit of recognition of what's going well, and also, all right, I need to put some attention to these more vulnerable concerning areas of our lives. So go ahead, and in your participant guide, I want you to go to the Wheel of Life tool, and let's just rate your health, your living space, your family, your finances, your career, your spirituality, your recreation, and your romance. And I want you to give them each a rating and plot a point on there for where it is that you mark. So for example, in the health department, I'm gonna give myself a 7 in health right now. That's a very generous, I really more like a 6.5, but I would plot my point right about here, right over here, okay? So that would be 7. And in your participant guide, in the workbook for the workshop, you will see an example of how it is that you can do this. Now, what I find with this is it gives us a sort of like a statistical analysis of where we are and how we're doing. So after you're done with this rating, I want you to put a date on the sheet so that you can look back on where it is that your starting point was and where you are when you go to do this exercise in the future. Now, this is a gift for you, and you can definitely use it and work through the areas that need the most attention from you. And I also will be sharing with you a little bit more follow-up support that you can use for this exercise. But from this, I'm going to give you a moment to do this. Go ahead and do the rating system. And I want you to consider, okay, we're going to do an assessment real quick. Which are your lowest rated Wheel of Life categories? Which ones are the lowest? Go ahead. Just in your quick assessment, which ones are your lowest and why? And I would like for you to take those 3 lowest rated categories and write it out on your workbook under the areas of improvement that you're working on. Those 3 areas that we identified are now your areas of improvement, okay? And we're going to figure out what 2 to 3 things we can do to improve these areas. Oh yeah, we're getting busy today. Yes. Yes, you are going to work in this workshop, okay? And then we're going to pick one of your list of 2 to 3 things that you can do immediately, okay? And this is a little bit it's going to transition us into the goal digging part of our work today. So let's just jump right into this. Basically, with every area of improvement that you outline, you are going to come up with a what, how, and by when action plan for tackling and improving that area. So, for example, what? You're going to name the goal, okay? Say it plain. Goal, for example, improve my credit score. How? How will you achieve the goal? Maybe a tactic would be call to get my credit reports from, you don't even got to do that. You can go to freecreditreport.com. They're not paying me, so I am not officially endorsing, but you can get your credit report online. Don't put a barrier in front of yourself. If you are not a phone call person, go ahead and get it online. Do whatever you can, whatever is in that how, make it actionable that you can take action right now. All right. And then by when. Put the by when on there. When are you taking this action? And furthermore, I'm going to give you an extra bonus tip. Call a friend to hold you accountable to this thing that you're doing. Make sure. All right. So I am looking forward to seeing all of these worksheets get populated, because essentially this will take you right through to the intention setting. And I just want to share with you, I don't have a lot of time, and I know that Miss Casey keeps a close check on the time. So let's just get right in. This is a bonus exercise that I want us all to pay attention to. This is an intention cards practice. And this helps us be intentional around our goals and what it is that we are trying to achieve. So you're going to take that same thing that you're working on from your areas of improvement, right? And I want you to imagine what your life is like at a 10 in that department. How does it feel to have reached your goal. But just envision for a moment. Let's say that the goal is to improve your credit score. And let's say you went from a 5 something to a 780. How does that feel? Oh, yes, honey. How does that feel to achieve that goal? How does it feel if your goal is to leverage business credit and then you get $100,000 line of credit? How does that feel? And you have a plan to get some profit off of it. Amen. How does that feel? And I want you to put the feeling and get in touch with how it feels to achieve your goal. And the first part of that is going to be, I feel in that feeling. I feel blank that I am now, and then say the goal. The last, that sentence right there is for the goal. So let me give you some examples real quick. I feel freaking awesome now that I am making an extra $1,000 a month in my business. Do y'all see how this practice is to connect your emotions of how you're going to feel when you accomplish your goal to the goal, so that you can powerfully align both your subconscious, your conscious, your heart, mind, and your thinking brain. Okay, all of it starts to align when we are bringing those emotions and the real world action together. So the next one is, I feel confident now that I am a paid public speaker. Oh, amen. That was one of mine. Oh, yes. And I do feel confident now that I'm a paid public speaker, but this was my intention card from 6 years ago. Y'all see what I'm saying? So I am hoping that this was as good for you as I intended for it to be. My hope is that each of you will meet your future self. I have a recording that is for you. Please take a moment to dive deeper into building your capacity through visualization. And the best way to do this is just by closing your eyes and following a guided meditation. This one that I've included for you is extra special. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that you get this in the chat. Thank you so much for sharing time and making space. And I really want to implore all of you, at the sound of my voice, know your worth. You are so worthy. You are so valued. You are so loved. And you are made to do incredible, impactful, amazing things. I would hope to empower you. If there's anything I can do in support, but in honor of you, I am going to include a free gift, which is my Thought Maps and Distortion Traps workbook. So on top of your participant guide that will walk you through all of this, you will also get the Thought Maps and Distortion Traps workbook that will help you walk through any cognitive distortions that could be stopping you or blocking you or getting in your way. I've also included this meditation for you. Please have a wonderful experience. And I thank you so much for this stage and this space, and I appreciate you. So I'm looking forward to us connecting. And again, you are so worthy. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, y'all. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Krystal, you are absolutely incredible. The chat was on fire. Some of our friends were in the wrong chat. They were in the feed. Just scroll up. Y'all will see the workbook. But we thank you for pouring into us so brilliantly, sis. You helped us to bifurcate the need. You
Yes,
helped,
bifurcate.
girl.
Casey, can I tell you, I just have to intercept you for a moment and just give you honor and respect for what you've done here. This is such an incredible platform, so well orchestrated. I mean, and then the speakers are bringing fire, and then it's all recorded and we can get it for free. I mean, somebody give Casey a hand clap. Like, this is incredible what you put together, you and your team. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity. Excuse me, my webcam is acting donkey right now. Excuse me. I'm trying to get it working. I'm trying to get it working, but I appreciate you, and I hope that it was just beneficial and to spell out essentially like our minds are so incredible, and when we are intentional about what we do with our minds, and crafting that story and beating back that self-doubt and really just going forward with our trust in our abilities and our journey, we can be so powerful. We can be so powerful.
Ashe. Thank you so much, sis. I was trying to give you your flowers, but Ashe will accept it. I appreciate you so much. And I just want to underscore the power of what you have done alongside the other 29 businesses that have partnered with Blaze to come on the stage and do this. Like, this is a direct reflection of y'all's heart and your spirit and your willingness to show up and cape really, really hard for Black women. I have chills talking about this, and then another 30 businesses in the booths. Like, literally 60 businesses came together for this because we deserve all the things. So, Krystal, thank you so much. I'm going to make sure that folks get their questions out to you because you lit it up, sis. So, y'all, I know y'all were enamored and enthralled in that workbook, but please do type your questions in the question panel and raise your hand to come to the stage. So I see Sequoia up already. The way she cued herself was by hitting the hand under the stage. Sequoia, I'm bringing you up right now, Mamacita. The floor is yours.
Okay. I'm gonna turn this camera on. Hold on. Let me get Sequoia.
Am I on?
Hi.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Krystal and Casey. Yes, for the platform. I'm trying to get my words out. I'm so happy to see that you presented this, Krystal, because I have been I've been talking about mental health and creative healing for a long time. I went through entrepreneurship for a while in my first business and burnt myself out like to the max, mentally, physically, emotionally, all that. And then in that process, I went back to my painting. I come from a family of creative people that never did entrepreneurship. And I've been healing this big, deep wound from my family for a very long time. And when 2020 hit, up until the beginning of this year, I realized I was like, okay, I need the healing. Like, I was chasing for money, afraid of what would happen. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop what I'm doing because I need this healing. And when I finally stopped, more things came to me, and of course, more trust. I can go on, but I just want to say thank you for sharing the mental health aspect, because for me, because I didn't have a degree or degree in counseling or therapy, I felt like ashamed to talk about it. And my business is building the gap between the personal and the brand development and showcasing and helping people heal their business. And when they heal their business, they're healing themselves. And I like to incorporate chakras in this. And I get a little woo-woo, and especially like in the areas that I have been in, it really wasn't accepting, or they just didn't understand. But I've been finding my footing and pushing back the negative things that we go through as entrepreneurs. And I just really want to say this was such a breathtaking, because like we went in today earlier with some other things, and Whew, that was a good. Like today is coming through with the punches, but in a way, it's enlightening, you know. So this softened it up a little bit, but I appreciate this, and I'm gonna get off. But thank you, Krystal, and thank you, Casey, for this, because I really needed this. Like this was one of the weeks where I was like, I don't know if I have time. And then I was like, something just kept saying to my spirit was like, sit down, sit down, sit down. And I sat down and I'm like, okay, I got some more things to do. So yeah.
Sequoia,
Thank you,
can I
ladies.
just say something real quick, Sequoia? One, thank
Okay.
you for your courage, stepping up and like being courageous to share a little bit of yourself and be vulnerable. And I think it was Kayla who said it in the last session. You know, entrepreneurship is your healing. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have it's going to be your job. I love that. I love that quote
Yeah.
because it resonated with the work that we are all doing. Because essentially, you know, as far as I know that you said it might be a little woo woo, let me tell you something. We're going from a time we have left the industrial age, okay?
Mhm.
We benefited as a society, as a world on the industrial age. We are leaving the information age. We have benefited from the information age, the technological advancement, and all of this data and information that we readily have access to. But
Yeah.
really and truly, do you know that we are stepping into the intuition age now?
Mm.
So
Thank
that
you
woo
for
woo
saying
stuff,
that.
this is the truth, and I got to speak truth so that if anything that I find to be true and that I've read in my research, and I want to loan it out to my sisters who are going through the same struggle, we all are more susceptible to
Hmm.
having these sorts of challenges in our mental health.
Hmm.
I don't know the correlation exactly, whether it's because we are born this way, we crazy enough to step out and do it on our own, or if it's because we have put ourselves in this situation where we're more vulnerable to the different circumstances that might make us, you know, a
Hmm.
little more depressed or a little more, you know, anxious or worried about all of it or completely overwhelmed. But honestly, we need you. We need your voice. As we go into the intuition age, creativity is going to be one of the number one resources that human beings will need.
Yes.
Number one. So, creativity, being able to harness that intuition and being able to build the gap for others who are going from that black and white data world into that what's the vibration like?
Yes.
What's what how is this whatever external thing is happening to me? What lesson does that teach me? What thing am I going to release in my chakras because of this experience? These experiences that we have are here to agitate us. And that thing in the washing machine is called an agitator for a reason. It gets us clean.
Yeah.
So don't let it overcome you, sis. These are just agitations. That's just making you clean so that you can go and do the work that you've got
Yes.
to do on this earth.
Thank you. Thank you. I accept and receive all of that. Thank you so much. Because I've seen so many people just not even understand how to process their ideas. And I know what that is like when you are going through the rejection alone as an entrepreneur, you know? So, and so much more. So thank you so much. Thank you, ladies. I
You're so
appreciate everything.
welcome. You're
Thank
so
Thank
you.
you
welcome.
for you. And keep taking up spaces. Don't apologize. Don't try to move out of the way.
Okay.
I love that. I love that. And thank you so much again, Casey, for, I mean, just the opportunity
You're
and to build.
welcome. Nah, thank you
Yeah,
for your brilliance, Mama Sita. You are light, and I'm happy to stay connected. I mean that. You let me know.
for
Whatever
sure.
you need, I got you. I
For
got
sure. For sure. Thank you so much, Casey. And it's mutual.
you.
So
Ashe. Ashe.
talk to you soon. Do we have
The
another
next
speaker?
one up is Monique Roundtree. Monique, you are on the stage. The mic is yours, Mama.
Oh, hi, Monique.
Hey, hi. I just wanted to say thank you, Casey, for having this event. I was at the last one in the summer, and it was just so inspiring. And it got me back to my poetry. I used to do poetry, and we did a little ode to a black woman, and I loved that and enjoyed that. And I'm just trying to kind of like push past my anxiety when it comes to starting business and being an entrepreneur. But like Krystal said, like being an entrepreneur is healing is a part of the healing. And so I definitely need to keep pushing through and keep doing it. So thank y'all.
Of course. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for
Mom.
being here.
Yeah.
And Monique, you a vet. Because you were here last time, that means you're a vet. So I'm happy you came back. You still in the game. Give yourself credit for that. That was 6 months ago. Do you know? Do y'all know how much life was life in the last 6 months for all of us? And you still here, sis.
That's
You
it.
still holding on. Like, don't play that down as something small, sis. I would tell you keep leaning in. 1+1 is 11. It's not 2. It never was. It's always 11. And so just imagine how much power you have around you just in this community alone. Keep leaning into communities, not just Blaze. It's a gang of them out there. You deserve to live in the land of plenty. Okay, we got you, sis.
And
We got
then
you.
also, Monique, do you have a mentor? Because that's one of the resources that, a lot of Black women entrepreneurs, the reason why our counterparts from every other walk of life are able to succeed is just having somebody to talk to that can breathe that life into you and keep you going, that has done some things themselves, that can really keep that flame and keep you accountable. Do not, whatever you do, you're gonna end up circling back to this anyway. Because I had a whole folder on my computer called "So What You Gonna Do Now? Quit," where I had everything in there about me quitting this journey. But ultimately, look, we all face those difficult struggles, and lean into, like Casey said, the community that you're a part of, because ultimately we hold each other up. And make sure you have that one person, that one friend, that one mentor, that one person that speaks life to you and over you, so that you can keep going when the going gets tough.
Yes. I don't have a mentor right now. I have a business coaches, but I need like that accountability though. Yeah. So I want to definitely want to find that.
Yeah, you're
Beautiful.
gonna find it today. I'll go ahead, Krista. Wait,
Yeah.
real quick. Y'all DM her. Click Monique Roundtree's name. Click her photo. Send a DM. I promise you, you got something today. Love and light. Go ahead, Krista.
No, I was going to offer that, Monique, I'm starting a community where we can mentor each other, where we can coach each other. So I would love to get your contact information so that you can be a part of this community, because ultimately we all coaching ourselves. So we just want to gather around that idea and lift each other up. We all we got.
Okay. Yeah, join Krista's community. Like if this was a glimpse and it's just a glimpse of what she offers, y'all be connected. Hold on. Hold her up too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Monique. All right. And I don't see anyone in the chat. I mean, not in the chat, in the Q&A. I don't see any hands raised. So I'm going to assume that you all have given your flowers and asked the things that you wanted to ask. Krystal, is there anything you want to say as we close out this session called When Blessings Become Burdens?
I just want to just take a moment and give space to every single woman who is here right now, every single person who is here right now, because ultimately there's a reason why we are in any moment that we're in, especially this one. There's a reason why you're at the Blaze Virtual Summit. There's a reason why you heard that nugget, that quote, that gem, that fire that you just can't get it out your ear. It's on your heart now. There's a reason why you came up on this information at the time that you did, so that you can be sharpened, so that you can add a little fuel to your cup, so that you can pour into somebody else and pour into your work. You are so purposeful. And now it's just time for us to walk into our purpose and our intention. And we all are doing that. And we're doing it together. So I just want to thank each and every one of you that are here right now. Thank you. I am because you are. So thank you. And thank you, Casey.
Thank you, Krystal. I appreciate you for pouring the way that you did and giving resources, love and light to you, sis. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, Casey.
All right, y'all. Bye, mama. All right, y'all. It is going to be the last session right before the journal wind down. Today we were on a roller coaster by design. Yesterday was healthcare and all the things that are tied to transgenerational trauma, literally the trauma that runs through our veins. Let's talk about it. And we did. Today got closer to home, right? We had to own some things, right? All day long. We had to own some things. And this particular session was no exception. We ain't done with it, okay? The next session is a Blaze Talk from Nicole Player, and it is called Breaking the Bias, okay? That is the last session before we do the journal wind down, which is about attachment. Neff is going to come back up and carry us home, okay? But yeah, Ashley said we got snatched. Oh, I mean snatched, okay? I'll see y'all in the other session. Again, this one is called Breaking the Bias, and then we are going to allow Neff to close us out with a 30-minute journal wind down session. I'll see y'all on the other side. Peace.